Welcome to Vaginal Fantasy Romance Book Club. I'm your vlog host for this month, and that would be Dinosaur Erotica Month. And we have a puppet. The book this month, let's see if I can get this. I feel like I'm molesting the dinosaur. This month was Taken by T-Rex. T-Rex Taken by Christine Sims. Here's the thing. It's part of a genre called monster porn. It's on Amazon and it's really cheap. Really cheap. There's a reason it's $1. So before I get into it, anyone who hasn't read the book, just know that one, it's on Amazon as an ebook, not a hardcover book, or else I would show you the cover right now and maybe some kind person will just put that in the video magically. I don't know. It's a great cover because I bet you the model who's on the book had no idea she was going to be used for that book. Yeah, it's like finding out that your Facebook picture of you trying to be all seductive was secretly used in a herpes ad on Facebook without you knowing. True story. And what I did is I got both the dollar version that you can read, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's like 17 pages. That's not even 6,000 words. I wrote more last weekend for CNET, so it's really quick. But you could be super lazy, like me, and get the audiobook on Audible, because I really wanted to know what T-Rex sex would sound like. And you just, when you read, it just doesn't do it justice. So I got the Audible book, which is not $1, it's a whopping $4. The book is about this girl, and I'm not sure what planet it's on, but it can't be Earth, because I'm going to lay down some real science for you. Me and this guy never existed in the same time. We didn't. As much as I would love Flintstones to be real, and I would love a pterodactyl record player, this guy and me would never be doing this. Or, I can't do humping. Is that humping? There we go. So I don't know what planet this is on, but it's not Earth. So the main character's name is Drin. And we open the story. I'm not going to read it, because if I read it, that's like giving away half the book. It's only 17 pages. Don't be lazy. Or be lazy and get the audiobook. But it opens with her coming onto her village and seeing it totally massacred. So think of every opening of CSI and Law & Order times 10. So she shows up, all of her family dead, friends dead, book club dead, everybody's dead. And she's there with her, I think his name's Gruel. He's like the caveman type guy. She's like completely articulate and he just grunts a lot. So he finds his wife's foot and waves it, sadly, as one waves a foot of a loved one. And she finds her dead mom. So it's kind of a downer at the beginning, not really sexual. Unless you're into human carnage, which that's coming up. So what happens if your entire family is massacred? You know what you do? You don't have sex with the dinosaur yet. You go and find this guy and get your revenge. Let's reenact it, shall we? The way they describe it in the book is kind of like the Red Rocket South Park episode with the dog. And if you haven't seen that, you should watch that on YouTube or Hulu or Netflix or wherever you watch South Park. It's like second or third season. So think of, or if you've had a dog that was in heat, a male dog, you know what the penis looks like. So imagine that like times 100. I don't know. I don't do dinosaur penis math, but it's big. So let's pretend Death here from Sandman series. Looking pale, looking kind of how I normally look. She's probably the size of what happens in the book. God, I wish I had gotten a puppet with a penis. But anyway, there's a lot of, he grabs her with his tiny arms. Now this is why I'm having a problem in the book, because as we all know, dinosaurs have these, T-Rexes have these little tiny arms. That's why they can't hug. That's why they can't fence or crochet or whatever you need with long arms. So somehow, I think he picks her up with the mouth like this, and then she falls in like this, and then she kind of falls down here where the penis region is, and then there's a lot of this. So she basically gets a boob job, and not in the LA sense of the word. But before a lot of this was happening, there was a lot of this happening where he's basically chasing her down, and that's when she starts to get sexually aroused in the book. So I personally, when I face death by a giant dinosaur like this, I don't instantly get wet. In fact, I would not even think, hey, maybe he's single. I don't think like that. Let's do the pros. The pros of Taken by T-Rex. It's short, 17 pages, less than 6,000 words. It's $1, depending on where you live. It's available on audible.com, so you can listen to it. By the way, it sounds like Siri giving you a sexy book. There's not a lot of voices. Oh, this is a whole series. So if you like Taken by T-Rex, as T-Rex here clearly did, there's also Ravished by Triceratops. There's also Taken by Pterodactyl, which I think is part of the whole Taken series. I don't know how that works, by the way, because I'm pretty sure pterodactyls are more bird-like. I mean, all dinosaurs are supposed to be bird-like, but whatever. Marketing. And then there's Dino Park After Dark, which is my favorite. The cons of this, as opposed to the pros, is the sex is really scary. And doesn't sound like it would be sexy. It sounds painful. It sounds like you would need an ointment or stitches after this. And I'm not talking about T-Rex. I'm talking about death. Would not. She probably would die. Most of us would die during this. It does take forever to get to the sex, so just skip to all that. You don't need background. It's just sex with a dinosaur. There's no real clever backstory here. The only male human's called Gruul. Again, a con. I brought more dinosaurs because I wanted to see how this might work. So if it's not the puppet, there's also Godzilla here. So I could kind of see his arms are a little longer, so I could see kind of some, and then there's this Brontosaurus, and I think it's a Brontosaurus, I don't know. And I feel like it could kind of be like, if she rode it, it could be like kind of like the horse thing, the pony thing. Girls, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe some like Godzilla and taxidermy dead mouse, but I don't really want to put the dead mouse through this. Taxidermy mice have been through enough already. So I guess the puppet's the way to go. I don't know. I like puppets, and he seemed a lot happier before, so. Anyway, so that is Taken by T-Rex, and a really horrible sex demonstration with my toys and puppets that I feel like this is going to be used in a court trial at some point. So you can say you knew me when before I went to jail for something horrible involving dinosaurs. More book reviews from me will be arriving shortly because I'm kind of backlogged. So look through vaginalfantasy.com, go to youtube.com/vaginalfantasy, or find us on Twitter at twitter.com/vaginalfantasy. Again, sorry, not sorry.